I started off today with 3 for my Indianapolis software client. I got 3 different businesses all signed up to go to this event we're hosting regarding some robotics as well as manufacturing execution software. So got those set up for the first weekend next month. And then this afternoon I've gotten 2 for my IT client in the same region. First one was with a nonprofit. It's around 60 devices with the IT guy over there. Was open to hearing us out. They have something in place, but you know, they do evaluate, so they were open to seeing how we compare, how we stack up apples to apples. And then I had another one with a law firm. I believe they were around 38 devices. Active paying with their current provider. They were open to meeting with us, so I got something set up at the end of the month there, but both sound really good.
I was able to get a pair of appointments today for my client Fargo Roofing. The first one was with a facility. It was about 53,000 square feet, dealing with some active leaks. We're looking at getting repairs for that if some of the snow clears off. I was able to get another one with a facility about 23,000 square feet, all metal roof. Was wanting to talk about coating, so we're going to go out there and kind of introduce a Conklin job, see if we can get them on a new replacement. So it should be some pretty good ones.
I got a really good appointment for my roofer in Michigan. It's with a 100,000 square foot nursing home. They were looking for repairs and possibly a contractor, so that should be a really good opportunity.
That be my background? I just got a banger for my Phoenix client. And so it's with a financial tech company, about 50 users or so, multiple servers on site, and they're cloud-based. It's been all internal at this point, and so just said, hey, let's set up an introduction, show you what we can do, and it's going to be a good one.
I've got 3 appointments today. The first one is for my roofer out in Minneapolis with a church. They have a couple of active issues going on right now, and they're going to need a re-roof eventually, and they're looking for bids, so we're going to go meet with them, see what we can do for them. And then I got 2 for my janitorial client in Baltimore. The first one is with a senior living facility. They get daily cleaning or kind of just looking around, seeing what else is out there. And then the second one is for a tractor store kind of thing. And they have an in-house cleaner right now, but said they can use some improvement, so we're gonna go get them a quote.
Got 2 appointments so far today, one with my new roofer out in Orlando. It's with a manufacturing facility a little under 500,000 square feet. They're having some active issues today, as well as actively looking at bids for re-roof. So we're going out there in 2 weeks, should be a pretty decent meeting. Also just got another appointment for my janitorial client in Salt Lake City. Not really actively looking at bids, but he was open to having an introductory meeting, and as well as having us go to the facility and give them a quote, so pretty decent one there as well.
Banger for my St. Louis roofer today. It was with a company right along the river. They have 3 buildings, over 317,000 square feet of roof on their buildings. Open to getting something compared to for preventative maintenance, so I'm really excited for our guys to get out there and close it.
What are we looking at?
Nothing here.
Nothing?
You know, I'm both got a couple email responses, but I don't think mine's big enough, but his looks pretty promising.
Yeah, pretty promising. He sent a due diligence on his end, so I sent him one back saying, check out our quick sales meeting video.
Seems to be a slower start in the mornings than it is in the afternoon as of the last few weeks. Why do you think that is?
For me, right now I'm not getting really anyone on the phone. So going through San Antonio, I built some new records, left some voicemails. Hopefully people start calling me back to some new stuff I built. But right now, I haven't had any traction really with anyone.
So why do you think in the morning it's tougher to get people on the phone than it has been in the afternoon? Because historically you guys pop off for a few meetings in the afternoon, but the mornings are always slow. You know what I mean? Like, do you guys see it too? What do you think, Brock?
Could just be putting out fires. You know, it's hard. A lot of people are running around, kind of like you were this morning, you know, running around, prioritizing. But I'm with you. A lot of times success has been in the morning, you know, primarily whenever I was doing new biz primarily. But you'll catch it. You just have to catch people on the phones and take advantage of your time.
Yeah, I mean, historically for me, I usually get my 2 or 3 meetings before lunch, and then it's hard for me to get a hold of guys in the afternoon and build on that.
Yeah.
But just haven't gotten anybody today.
If you've got like an email or a hawk that you're using, have 2. Like the process that I always have ran and I've taught guys to do, if you follow it to a T, you've got up to 8 attempts when you've identified a lead to get them on the phone. First call, voicemail. Second call, don't need to leave another voicemail, but do it within like 48 hours of each other. Like, you don't have to call every day, but like every other day, or give it 2 days time, but you want to try to get 8 attempts within a 30-day period to get somebody's basically response, yes or no to a meeting. So you alternate the first 4 attempts, phone call, voicemail, phone call, then email, phone call, then second voicemail, phone call, then another email, and you try up to 4 more times before. If you can't get them on the phone, you send them one last email at the end. It's like, look, I've tried. Why don't you reach out to me when timing is better, or I'll try again down the road. You know, having a process that just is repetitive. Use follow-up dates. I noticed some of you guys don't always use the follow-up dates as they should be. That is how you get the pipeline to work for you, so you don't have to just be blindly going in and saying, man, what do I call today? Who's going to pick up? You sort by those follow-up dates, and then you know exactly who to call every single day. So if you guys need help with that, come to me. We can sit down. We can review it. But I see some voicemails being left, which is great. I think for the afternoon, just like have a mindset like, I'm going to get somebody on the phone. Call the cell. If they don't answer, call the office. Act like you've been there before. Hey, send me to Don. I just tried to sell. He didn't pick up. He's in office, right? Like, assumptively close people. And then people will pass you along a little bit better if you have that mentality. I've had people that literally haven't picked up for months on a cell phone, and then I call the main line and I'm like, hey, transfer me this guy. And then I get right through. So make sure you're hitting all touch points that you can. Connect with everybody on LinkedIn. Somebody adds you back, send them a message. Hey, I left you a voicemail. Did you listen to it? Hey, I just called you yesterday. Like, did you add me back because you've got some time to talk right now? Like, be very direct and very short with your words when you send responses, if it's by email or message, because you don't want to come across like that other guy that said in a whole paragraph and then at the end saying, would you be interested in a 15-minute call? Don't put time constraints on anything. You just want information, man. I got a video for you. Like, are you looking to grow? If so, we should talk. Let me set up a call. What I'm going to do is have you meet with our sales director who can answer questions better than I can. Be that point of authority. You get someone on the phone, because it looks like we're not getting too many people on the phone in the mornings right now. So if you get someone on, you better be sharp, so we can get some meetings. We're looking at, maybe a slower start to the month than we'd like. We got some no-shows, we got some cancellations, but I'm going to be gone for the next couple of days. And the one thing we don't want is this time next week being a spot where we don't have any deals on the board, because we're already on a short month with 20 business days as is. So let's get after it, make sure we get some meetings, make sure they get accepted on the call. And don't be afraid to tell them, like, look, man, if you don't accept this meeting, like, meetings get canceled because we have so many people that are booking. Like, and then tell them, I'm looking at 5 other guys right now that are making calls just like me. I got 1 guy to set you up with right now. So let me hang on the phone with you until you get this, and like, make them accept it. And that will also give you a little gut check for guys that are not being serious as far as if they're actually going to show up or not. So that's all I got. You guys are going to go eat lunch. Go have a good lunch, but come back ready to dial. And remember, cleanse, build. Outside of dialing hours is the best time to do it. But a lot of the deals from last month are coming from brand new contacts that have been added in and cleansed for the first time. So their first time conversations are typically the ones that will be deals. Do not go for an appointment goal. If you look at things like your offer letters or whatever, nothing on there talking about how many appointments you have to set up. It talks about deals that you have to source. So that's the goal. All of that other stuff is meant to help you reverse engineer success, so you know what you need. If you can get 5 appointments that all show up and everyone buys, you're doing far better than the guy that has 50 appointments and everyone shows up and nobody buys. Okay? Like, it's about clients. And with retention to new biz, like, we have to outpace what we lose if we want to hit our revenue goal of $10 million this year. You know what I mean? So take pride in the fact that, like, you are HQ, SDRs, you are the ones that are driving the bus when it comes to this company's growth. So when you see these awards and all these things that we get recognized for, it's not just because of me, it's because of you guys. I don't have people to call, to pitch, if you guys aren't making calls. Like, you guys are very valuable, more so than a lot of the guys over here. They'll lose clients, but who's going to bring in the new ones? Clients don't grow on trees. We've had really good months, month after month after month. We've only had like 2 bad months in like the last 2 years where we were negative. Let's not have another one, you know what I mean? All right, I'm getting a phone call. You guys go and enjoy your lunch, all right? 713.
This morning, Anil and I just got off a call with Red Road Networks. They're one of our sales call clients, and they're thinking about adding on the digital marketing. So we kind of went over what we can do for them, what we see going on with their website now, and I think it's a good chance that they'll sign back up with us for the digital marketing. Other than that, I've been working on HVAC templates and running some site audits and fixing some issues.
Yeah, so I got the daily recap done for January 30th. I also got a Valentine's Day social media post and email marketing blast in the works for my client. So I'll be getting in touch with them with some drafts and we'll get that going. And then I've been doing my 10 out of 10s and grading as usual. And if Matt and Chris send me anything, I'll be sure to get it out.
We wrapped up that email drive yesterday. Been working on getting the back end done for the journeys and the email marketing, so being able to check to see what conditions were met and then having it go and find that and send that email. So beginning stages of that right now. That's it.
We whiteboarded this morning and then figured out what to work on next for email marketing. I'm working on the email side on what to send and tracking all the email actions and stuff like that. So I'll be working on that for a little bit.
I think Laura mentioned it as hers, but yeah, I had a meeting with Red Road Networks, went really well. Hopefully, they sign up for our website services. Other than that, been working on Network Providence's site. We did launch it yesterday. There's just a couple privacy policy pages he wants me to add. But yeah, got that site launched and just finished up some small things here and there.
Been working on just new hire checklist and some forms for CAM for new hires to make things a little more easy on them, productive.
Had a kickoff call this morning with a new client. I have another one this afternoon, and then I'm just going to be working on new client implementation things, making sure everything's ready for next month.
Got a phone screen here in about 10 minutes. Got somebody stop by this afternoon to check us out. Somebody else Friday afternoon. Got somebody starting in about 2 weeks on top of everybody else that started recently, and just adding to it.
I got an interview set up for our client Fair Mechanical for this Thursday. So that's pretty exciting, and had a kind of update with my current client, Else Mechanical, and that's about it.
So I was able to get an appointment for my IT client in Ocala. Should be a really good one for us. I had reached out to the CIO, pitched him, and he was open to hear what we would be able to offer his team. He already had they have like an internal IT team, but hopefully we can help them with some IT project work, and then see where that leads us. I set it for next week for February 10th. They had over 50 users, so should be a good one for us.
I got an appointment today for my client out in Ohio. I spoke with the owner of a manufacturing company. They're taking bids on the office section of the roof. We're going to be going out early next week. I also got one from my client in Omaha. I spoke with the plant manager. Currently they're taking bids on some roofing maintenance. A pretty large 140,000 square foot manufacturing facility, so should be a good opportunity.
I got one today from my HVAC client in Pennsylvania. We're going to be going out to an apartment complex, getting them a quote on preventative maintenance for their units, taking a look at anything they may have project-wise. They've had a lot of snowfall, so there should be some outages we can take care of for them.
Got a pretty good appointment today for my Georgia IT client. It always helps that he does a little bit of software and web development as well. I talked to the chairman of pretty nice nonprofit out there, and they're actually looking to set up a website as a brochure just for some of their updates at their course, and especially some e-commerce for donations. So talk with him a little bit. We're going to have another conversation tomorrow. They are trying to expand some of their infrastructure. They've only got about 5 chairmen or board members right now, but they are looking to expand and talking about outsourcing some of their day-to-day IT. So figured we'd be a shoe-in for getting some of that done. So should be a good conversation.
A pretty big opportunity up in the ATL. It was a warm lead I had all the way back in September of last year. It's about 400,000 square foot warehouse. They're looking to do some pretty larger projects, so bigger coating job, and it might even be a full re-roof, just depending on how much the cost would be. I think my client feels pretty comfortable. We'll be able to give them a pretty fair price, so we might be able to just go out there and do the whole thing for a price that works in their ballpark. So should be a good opportunity. It's a huge TPO roof. Like I said, it's 20-30 years old, looking to get a re-roof out that way, so should be a good meeting in a couple weeks.
I got 2 appointments today. They were both for my Akron HVAC client.
The first one was a hotel. I reached out to the chief engineer. They were experiencing some issues with a fan on one of their boilers, and they actually had 2 quotes for it, and they were looking for a third. So we're headed out there next week to provide them a quote for boiler repairs. And then the second appointment I got was an assisted living facility. They recently had a big project that kind of went awry, according to the KDM. And so they were moving some units around, and they're actually in a kind of an interesting situation where their HVAC system isn't working right now. So we're headed out there at the beginning of next week to see how we could support them.
Got an appointment booked for my roofer over in Oklahoma City. We've got a 24,000 foot old hotel, which also doubles as a popular wedding venue. So it's kind of a mansion style and got a big roof up there that we're gonna go out and inspect next week.
Got one today for my roofer out in Cincinnati. I ended up speaking with the property manager at this apartment complex. She actually oversees a few different apartments in the area. It's a really big complex, about 22 buildings, around 7,000 square foot each. We're not currently on the vendor list for them, but she was open to us coming out for an introduction and working to get onto that list. So we're going to be going out next week to do that, and then setting up time to do some inspections and reports from there. So it should be a good opportunity.
Got an IT appointment today for my client in with the local sewer district. Spoke with the system admin there, said that they handle IT in-house as well as outsource with a local firm. Current firm is all right, but one of their biggest pain points is they're very expensive. Luckily, my client is pretty competitive when it comes to pricing, so we're going to meet with them next week, get them an apples-to-apples comparison. Said they have about 40 users. They outsource for things like server backup and firewall and security, so should be a pretty good conversation.